Now see here, if you go through the waveforms of these commutation techniques, you may find it difficult while looking at those waveforms directly. But if you understand the operation of that circuit, it is not that difficult. Okay, so you try to understand the operation so that it will be easier for you to draw those waveforms, right? So first of all, let me draw the basic circuitry of this class B commutation. Okay, so here in this class B commutation technique, since the source voltage is DC voltage, we need to use the commutating components like inductor and capacitor, okay, to in order to provide the commutation. Now, okay, so we will draw for the waveforms of gate current for this T1. T1 here is main thyristor. T1 is main thyristor. TA is the auxiliary thyristor. Okay, so we need to provide them gate pulses. So Ig1 is the gate pulse that will be given to this main thyristor T1, and Iga will be the gate pulse that will be given to this auxiliary thyristor Ta. Okay, and we will also draw for the waveform for load current and voltage across this capacitor, that is Vc. Now initially, before providing the triggering signal to both of these thyristors T1 and Ta, when the source voltage E is applied, at that time the current will flow through these components C, L, D and load. Okay. So before T is equal to 0, what will happen? As soon as supply voltage is applied, the load current will flow through C, L, D and load. Okay. So before T is equal to 0, that is before applying triggering signal to any one of these thyristors. initially both of them are in the off state. Okay, so before we provide triggering signal to these thyristors so that they will turn on, when the supply voltage will be applied across the circuitry, the load current will be flowing through capacitor C, inductor L, diode D and load. Okay, so this will be the current direction first of all. Okay, so before t is equal to 0, the load current will flow in this way. Okay, now because of this current, what will happen? The because of this, the capacitor will be charged to supply voltage E. Okay, that is Vc will be equal to E. Okay, so before turning on any one of these thyristor, the capacitor will be charged with a given polarity, that is with left plate positive and right plate negative. It will be charged to the supply voltage E. Okay, so before turning on these thyristors, this capacitor is carrying some voltage that is equal to E. Now as soon as the voltage across capacitor is equal to E, that is once it is fully charged, the current flowing through it will be reduced to 0. It will be reduced to 0. Okay, so when this capacitor will be charged fully, that at that time the current flowing through it will be reduced to 0, but the voltage across this capacitor will be E. So before t is equal to 0, the voltage available across this capacitor is equal to E, like this. Okay, now at t is equal to 0, what we will do is we will apply triggering signal to thyristor T1. Okay, at t is equal to 0, we will provide gate pulse to this thyristor T1 so that it will be turned on. So once this thyristor is turned on, so I'll draw the circuitry in front of. Second step, when at t is equal to 0, Ig1 is provided to T1, T1 will be turned on, right? So T1 will be turned on. So once it turns on, the load current will start flowing through it, isn't it? So it will act as a short circuit simply. So this is T1. It will act as a short circuit. This capacitor has got the charge equals to supply voltage E. So this is load. Okay, here there will be TA, which is open circuit. This is capacitor C with initial charge of E, inductor D, diode D. So this is how the circuit will look like at t is equal to 0 when the triggering signal will be applied to T1. Once it is turned on, it acts as a short circuit. Okay. Now the load current will start flowing through this T1 and load. Okay. So now the load current will start flowing through this. Now this capacitor cannot discharge because this diode D will not allow to discharge through it, isn't it? Capacitor असा आपला discharge होऊ शकत नाही because of this diode D. Therefore, the only current that is flowing through the circuit is load current, and that is through this T1. Okay. So now here let me draw the waveform. So here the load current will start to flow like this. Okay. Now with this, if we apply triggering signal to this auxiliary thyristor TA at t is equal to T1, suppose at this particular instant, if we apply triggering signal to this auxiliary thyristor, see here the capacitor has got voltage equal to E. It will be constant, it will remain constant because it has got no path for discharging. So the voltage across this capacitor will remain as it is. Okay. Now once we apply triggering signal to this TA as is instant t is equal to t1, what will happen? It will also turn on. Okay. आता at t is equal to t1, when gate pulse has been applied to TA will be turned on, right? So now once it is turned on, what will happen? Now this capacitor will get path to discharge now, right? See here. See, so this is T1, this is TA. So this is capacitor with charge equals to E, inductor diode T. Now, when we apply triggering signal to this thyristor TA, what will happen? This capacitor will start discharging through this TA like this. Okay, so this capacitor will start discharging this way. Now, here in the waveform, we'll have to draw at T is equal to T1. When triggering signal is applied to auxiliary thyristor TA, capacitor will start discharging. Okay. Now, what will happen while discharging? First of all the energy stored in this capacitor will be given to this inductor. First of all, this capacitor will be completely discharged. Once it is completely discharged, whatever the energy stored in the inductor by this capacitor, it will be given back to the capacitor, so that this capacitor will be charged with the opposite polarity, that is with right plate positive and left plate negative to the supply voltage E once again. Okay. So first of all, this capacitor will be, it will start discharging, giving out energy to the inductor. Okay. So first of all, it will be completely discharged. That is till Vc become equals to 0, and then inductor will return energy back to the capacitor. So that capacitor will start charging in the opposite direction. Okay. Okay. At the end, capacitor will be completely charged to supply voltage equal to minus E. Why? Because the polarity of the voltage that has been developed across this capacitor will be left plate positive, right plate positive and left plate negative. So here in the waveform, at the end, it will be first of all completely discharged. Okay, and then it will be charged in the opposite direction. Okay, so like this till it is completely charged to supply voltage E, but in the opposite direction. Okay. Are you getting this? आता काय होते बघा, हा आपला कपॅसिटर पहिल्यांदा डिस्चार्ज व्हायला चालू झाला. ओके, करंट फ्लो होतोय. पहिल्यांदा हा कपॅसिटर पूर्णपणे डिस्चार्ज झाला आणि पुन्हा एकदा तो रिचार्ज झाला to the supply voltage equal to minus E. Once the voltage across VC is equal to minus E, what will happen? This current will be reduced to 0. कॅपॅसिटर जेव्हा परत एकदा आपला फुल्ली चार्ज होईल तेव्हा काय होणार? करंट हा 0 होणार. जेव्हा करंट 0 होईल तेव्हा TA हा naturally turn off होणार. का? Because there is no current flowing through this thyristor TA now. Okay, now there won't be any current. Okay, here I'll write it down. Once Vc is equal to minus E, TA will be turned off. Auxiliary thyristor आता आपोआप बंद झाला. Okay, at this particular instant, say T2, I'll mark it as T2. Say this is T1. So at this instant T2, TA will be turned off. See here, at T is equal to T1, it was turned on. At T is equal to T2, it was turned off naturally. Okay, now the load current is still flowing through the thyristor T1. Okay, now see here, आता हा कॅपॅसिटर असा चार्ज झालाय. तर काय होणार परत? लोड करंट जो आहे that will be now flowing through this T1 as well as this capacitor load diode D and load. Okay, now this voltage across capacitor VC will aid the supply voltage to allow current through it. Okay, so now VC is equal to minus E will aid supply voltage E to pass the current through capacitor, inductor, diode and load. Now, if the load current is constant, if the load current is constant, so after T2, this load current IL is given as it is the sum of capacitor current plus the current that is flowing through this main thyristor T1. Okay, as I have told you, now the load current is flowing through, one is through T1 and other one is through CLD and load. So this load current is sum of current that is flowing through this IT1, that is the main thyristor, as well as the current that is flowing through this capacitor C. Now if IC increases, then current flowing through this thyristor 1 decreases. Okay, if IC increases, then IT1 decreases. Thus at a particular instant, okay, so here I'll show it like this. Okay, so at this particular instant, what will happen? T1 will be turned off. So at say t is equal to T3 when IT1 is equal to 0, at that time T1 will be turned off. So during this T2 to T3 what will happen? Capacitor will be again, first of all it will be discharged and again it will be charged with the opposite polarity. Like likewise in the first step. Okay. पहिल्यांदा हा कॅपॅसिटर डिस्चार्ज होणार आणि परत तो चार्ज होणार विथ लेफ्ट प्लेट पॉझिटिव्ह अँड राईट प्लेट निगेटिव्ह. ओके. Okay, so during T2 to T3 capacitor will be discharged and will be again recharged to supply voltage E. Okay. So here again what will happen? पहिली सायकल पुन्हा रिपीट होईल. म्हणजे काय? परत आता ह्या सप्लाय परत जी फर्स्ट कंडिशन आपण अज्युम केली होती that both the thyristors were in the off state. At that time the load current was flowing through only this C, L, T and load, isn't it? The load current was flowing only through the CL, T and load, CL, D and load. So because of that current, the capacitor was charged to supply voltage E. For that particular instant, if we turn on this T1, it will be turned on and it will carry the load current. म्हणजे इथून जे आपण शिकलो होतो at t is equal to 0, it will repeat after this instant. Okay. Have you understood this? So this is how you need to draw the waveforms. By understanding the operation of the circuit, you need to draw the waveforms. It will be easier for you to draw the waveforms once you understand the operation. Otherwise, it will become tedious for you. It will become a hectic job. If you will try to avoid these things because the waveforms that we will look at, they will they will be looking very difficult. Okay, because by hearting is not an option here. You cannot by heart these waveforms. Okay, you need to understand them. First of all, you need to understand the operation of the circuit so that you will be able to draw these waveforms on your own. Any doubt here, students? Okay, so if there are no doubts, we'll move on to the next commutation technique, that is called as a class C commutation, or also called as a complementary commutation. Okay. Now there will be two load resistors R1 and R2, a capacitor C, and two thyristors T1 and T2. Okay. So now why this technique is called as a complementary commutation? Because a conducting thyristor is switched off by turning on the another SCR by placing a charged capacitor across it. That is why it is called as a complementary commutation. म्हणजे काय तर इथं दोन थायरिस्टर्स दिसतात आपल्याला T1 आणि T2. जर समजा T1 ऑन असेल तर त्याला ऑफ करायला T2 ऑन करायचा. जेव्हा आपण T2 ऑन करतो तेव्हा काय होते, तो जो चार्ज्ड कॅपॅसिटर आहे तो याच्या अक्रॉस प्लेस केला जातो T1 च्या अक्रॉस, which will provide reverse bias to this T1 and T1 will be turned off. So that is why this is called as a complementary commutation. Okay, already conducting thyristor has been turned off by turning on the another SCR. Okay, so this is why it is called as a complementary commutation. So let us have a look at how the circuit works. So again, we'll have to draw the waveforms. So here the waveforms are not that difficult. We'll go for only three waveforms in order to avoid the complexity. Okay, so I'll draw the waveforms for gate currents first of all, Ig1 and Ig2, and then we'll draw the waveform for capacitor simultaneously. Okay, that is voltage across capacitor. See now, at t is equal to 0, what we'll do, we'll provide triggering signal to thyristor T1. Okay, at t is equal to 0, I'll draw here step by step. At t is equal to 0, what we'll do is we'll provide gate signal to T1 so that it will be turned on. Okay. Now for this condition, the circuit will look like this. Okay. So TA will be in the off, T2 will be in the off state. So it is as good as an open circuit. T1 has been turned on, so it will act as a closed circuit. Okay. So this is a capacitor C, R1, R2, source voltage E. Okay. Plus minus. Now when we turn on this thyristor T1 at t is equal to 0 by providing a gate signal to it, what will happen now? The current will start flowing through this T1. ओके, आता इथं दोन करंट्स येणार. एक करंट जो आहे थ्रू दिस R1 and T1. Okay, and another current that will be flowing through this T1 will be through R2 and this capacitor C, like this. Okay, so this will be I1, say this will be I2, or I will say this will be IC rather, because it will charge the capacitor. So this will charge the capacitor with the given polarity, that is with right plate positive and left plate negative, right? So when supply voltage has been applied and triggering signal has been applied to this T1 at t is equal to 0, two currents will flow through this thyristor T1, that is one which is flowing through R1 and T1, another one which is flowing through this R2 capacitor C and T1. Now because of the current flowing through this capacitor will be charged to the supply voltage E with its right plate positive. So here I'll draw the waveform. Okay, so the capacitor has been charged to supply voltage E. Just a minute. sorry for the interruption. See what I was telling you, that is when we apply triggering signal to this T1, the two currents will be, it will carry currents. First of all, the current I1 which will flow through R1 and T1, and other current, the one more current that will be flowing through R2 and capacitor C. Now because of this current that is flowing through R2 and C, it will charge the capacitor with its right plate positive. Okay. Now once the capacitor has been fully charged to supply voltage E, the current I2 will be reduced to 0. Okay. When Vc will be equal to E, it will be turned on. Once T1 is turned on, it will carry two currents. First one is through R1 and T1, and second one is through R2, C and T1. Now because of this, Vc will be charged to supply voltage E, and when it will be fully charged, current Ic will be equal to 0. So now only current at the end, the only current that is flowing through this T1 is I1. Okay. Are you getting this? येते का लक्षात? Okay. Now see here. आता with this condition, if we turn on thyristor T2 by applying gate triggering signal to it at t is equal to T1. आता t is equal to T1 ला आपण काय करायचं की आपण थारिस्टर T2 ऑन करायचा. हा, आता जेव्हा आपण तसं करणार तेव्हा काय होतंय, हा जो कॅपॅसिटर चार्ज आहे विथ सप्लाय व्होल्टेज E विथ राईट प्लेट पॉझिटिव्ह अँड लेफ्ट प्लेट निगेटिव्ह, जेव्हा आपण T2 ऑन करतोय तेव्हा हा जो चार्ज कॅपॅसिटर आहे हा शॉर्ट सर्किट होतोय. म्हणजे काय होतंय की हा जो कॅपॅसिटर आहे दॅट विल बी प्लेस्ड अक्रॉस दिस कंडक्टिंग थारिस्टर T1 and it will provide reverse bias across this T1. Why? Because याची राईट प्लेट पॉझिटिव्ह आहे ती इथं त्याच्या कॅथोडला येणार आणि लेफ्ट प्लेट इज निगेटिव्ह, that will be given as a supply voltage to anode of this T1. So when we turn on this T2 by providing gate signal to it, the charged capacitor will be placed across this T1 and it will reverse bias the T1. Okay. So at second step, at T is equal to T1, when Ig2 is applied, the circuit here, when Ig2 is applied, T2 will be turned on, which will place the charged capacitor across T1 and will provide reverse bias to this T1. Okay. So it will provide reverse bias to this T1 and then T1 will be turned off. Okay. So as soon as we apply triggering signal to this T2, the charged capacitor will be placed across this T1, which will provide reverse bias to this T1 and this T1 will be turned off. So once this T1 is turned off, the load current will get shifted through this T2 now, right? So here the circuit will look like this. Here T1 has been turned off now, so it will act as an open circuit. T2 has been turned on, so it will act as a closed circuit or short circuit. So this is R1, this is R2, this is capacitor C, this is the supply voltage E. So because of this, what will happen? First of all, now this T2 will carry two currents, one that is flowing through E R2 T2 and other one is through R1 C and T2. Okay. So because of this, first of all, the capacitor will be, first of all, it will be discharged, and because of the current flowing through this capacitor C, provided by supply voltage E, it will be again recharged in the opposite direction. Okay, that is with left plate positive and right plate negative. Okay, so here the two currents IT2 will carry two currents. Okay, पहिला कुठला आहे तर first one is through supply voltage R2 T2 and second one is from supply voltage E, resistor R1, capacitor C, T2 back to the supply voltage E. Okay, so because of this, capacitor will be first of all discharged completely and will be recharged with opposite polarity, that is now the voltage across capacitor will be equal to minus E. Okay, so the voltage across this capacitor will be equal to minus E, right? So आता आपला capacitor परत एकदा charge झालाय. T1 is in the off state, T2 is in the on state. आता if we want to turn off this T2, what we shall do? We shall apply triggering signal to this T1 so that this charged capacitor will be placed across this T2 and will reverse bias this T2. Are you getting my point? Isn't it? So at t is equal to T3, suppose if I apply triggering signal to this T1, what will happen? The charged capacitor will be placed across this conducting thyristor T2, which will provide reverse bias to this T2, and it will be turned off so that the current will again get shifted through R2C and T1 and R1 and T1. Okay, again we will reach to the first step. So here at t is equal to T2, T2 was on, T1 was off, right? At t is equal to T3, T1 was on and T2 was off. Okay, so again capacitor will start discharging, it will complete its discharge and it will again recharge with the opposite polarity. That is the first step. Have you understood why it is called as a complementary commutation? Everyone got this or not? Operation is very simple, so if you understood this operation, it will be easier for you to draw these waveforms too. Okay, so if anyone has got any query, if you have not understood, please let me know. Okay, so this is it for the today's session. In the next class, we will talk about two more techniques, that is class D and class E commutation. Okay, so if you have got no doubts, you can leave this meeting. Thank you. Have a nice day.